precept of Deuteronomy 28, this is one of the major indicators for who are the people that the Lord will bring us what? Into Egypt again with ships. All right? And we see that there's no doubt that this is the spiritual Egypt, okay, that was prophesied within the curses that will befall us, all right, and it will be a token to show who we are. So you can get there, bro.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
So the Lord promised that he would do this to us if we broke the law. And what did we do? We broke the law. So this was one of the things that would happen to us. And it said by ship, because one thing that's documented when it comes to the slavery of the so-called, what they call Africans, okay, is what? That middle passage, which was those ships, okay? So the Lord left all these indicators to show who we are as a people. So the people that were on those ships, and those ships went both ways. So we had the northern kingdom being shipped back to Spain and Portugal, and you had Jake being shipped from the coast of Africa to the Americas, man. Okay? So those the Lord made the people to be prophets, and they were Egypt, going into bondage. In this context, you got it, bro.
It says, thou shalt see it no more again,
Yep.
and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So we were sold to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and it says no man shall buy you. It means that we wouldn't be redeemed from this situation.
Right.
Okay, so to this day we haven't been redeemed, and that's why we're waiting on our Redeemer, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, because it was set up for us to be in bondage, so the Lord can do a second exodus out of this spiritual Egypt, man.
Yeah.
All right.
And you have these individuals talk about, that no man shall buy you and sell yourself. Buy you. That don't even make sense. And when you go through Revelation, Deuteronomy 28, from the 15th verse down, there's different instances where it says, no man's going to be able to help you or save you. You're not going to be able to redeem yourself. So when we get down to the 68th verse, it's talking about not being able to redeem ourselves. Because you had what was known as the law of redemption. You had, like if your brother fell in decay with a nation and he sold himself to them in slavery and you had the money to get him out of it, you can get him out of it. Or if he built up enough money, and he could redeem himself out of that situation. And that's what it's talking about. There was nobody who would be able to help us to get out of this condition except for Yahweh Shai.
I think it's Deuteronomy 28 and 32. It said there wasn't going to be no might in our hand.
Yeah.
The Lord took that warrior spirit, he took it away. Yeah.
That was vulnerable, man.
Exactly.
I got this. You got this word for redeemed in Galatians, the 4th chapter. It's Strong's G 1805. Was it exaggerazo? It says to redeem by payment of a price, to recover from the power of another, to ransom, buy off, metaphorically, of a Mashiach, freeing the elect from the dominion of the Mosaic law at the price of his vicarious death.
There you go. So that's pretty much showing you that no one was able to redeem us. Nobody here, and how many leaders throughout the years have tried to redeem Jake? Whether by force or by legislation, marching and being on the front line protesting, getting their heads beaten, getting tossed into prison and all that. None of that did anything. Because we're still in the same condition that we've been in since we've been here. Ain't nothing changed. The only thing that changed is time and the different faces that are ruling. But everything else still remains the same. Our condition ain't improved. If anything, it's got worse. And on top of that, it degenerated beyond what it used to be. Because in the 60s and 70s, Jake had more love for each other. Today, it's like gone. But that's that demonic vibration. The Lord said, I will mingle a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt, and that's what we see right now. And this is more proof that this is ancient or modern day Egypt.
That's it. You got that, bro. Get that who named Memphis, because it said we'll be sold to our enemies.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna get into the history about how Memphis was even named. Go ahead.
Beautiful.
Who named Memphis? Memphis, Tennessee was named in 1819 by John Overton, James Winchester, and Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, which he's the most prominent of them devils. Okay, but you have to understand, Esau, even when you go into the history, okay, Esau was always infatuated with Egypt.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why you had the Ptolemaic dynasty.
Yeah.
Those was the Edomites that was ruling out of Egypt. Even when you go into Alexander the Great, when he was going to war with the Persians, when he went into Egypt, they honored him as a pharaoh.
Yeah.
You know, so these devils always had an infatuation with Egypt, even going back to what Aleister Crowley. Okay, where you get that sex magic, where Esau got them from Egypt. You know, so this devil has always had a spiritual tie into Egypt.
Yeah,
you know?
because the Lord said that they did this going back to their youth.
Yeah.
This is where they built that whole demonic sorcery empire.
Yeah.
By taking up all of the different, gods, cultures and customs of these different nations and incorporating it all into here. America, Babylon the Great.
And I was trying to check it.
Go.
With Egypt, what was the main god of Egypt was Amen-Ra, the sun god.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
Yeah, right here.
Yep.
Yep. This is a sun over the head, and they call this a Katusha. And they got the gods in there. And then you see they got the you call. But he pulled up the information. So this whole thing is called a Katusha. It's got gods here. This is a god here. That's the sun over his head right there. Double
Now
crown.
you see that double crown?
The double crown.
That right there was set up to catch the sun, the rays of the sun.
Yeah.
And this is why, like, when they had the Twin Towers up, they had it in the west where the sun set, and the sun was set between.
Right between those. Yeah.
Catch it and bring it back again. So these devils, they're more subtle than you feel.
And then this whole city was founded on Sunday, being like the sacred day.
Yeah, and the Salaki, and also too, Aleister Crowley, when he had his arms up like that was also the same symbol.
Yeah.
If I may add, which goes back to the Twin Towers, and I want to say, y'all got on this like Newport cigarettes. Like it's like two sticks, like one is kind of like both of the sticks is coming out the box. But it represents that too.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's been years since it was brought up.
It says they named it Memphis after the ancient capital of Egypt.
Right, because I asked AI, is something about that, and they said, well, no, that's not true because, Cairo is the capital of Egypt. Yeah, but that's modern capital.
Yeah.
Ancient capital is Memphis.
Yeah.
But see how, they just throw anything out there.
I was gonna say because Andrew Jackson, one of his motivations for naming this region Memphis was to trump Cairo, Illinois. And you go into it, once he did that, like Cairo, Illinois declined and Memphis increased.
Yeah, because this was, the hot spot.
Yep.
Distribution center.
Yep. Like for the river.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Because the river, Mississippi River, is going to be a mirror of the Nile River, where ancient Memphis set on
west.
which is transportation. Yep.
And we're also on top of the Delta.
Yeah.
Like Memphis to North Mississippi.
Yeah.
This is the whole Delta region.
Yeah.
And that's what you had in Egypt. You had the Delta in Egypt.
Yeah, there was a song like that. One classic rock song about the Delta.
Yep.
I can't remember. I know it's Apostle Paul was watching. You would know what I'm talking about. But also Washington D.C. The area that they chose was like a marsh area.
Yeah.
And they chose it for the purpose of Egypt.
Yeah.
Because Egypt is built on a marsh. So they chose that area for that. And that's why, like, they wanted to set up certain buildings because Esau's thing is about mathematics, about astronomy and all that. So there was a certain measurement that each building had to be apart from each other so that they could work their magic. But the marshy area was so unstable that they had to shift it from where they wanted it.
That's also, I know, like about Washington D.C. is something about 10 square miles by 10.
Yep.
And like if you go to like a watch shop, most of the watches are already set to that time. Like they not moving, but they be set on that time, like 10:10. So the numbers, like they just show you there in the numerology and the numbers. The numerology that go back to Egypt too. They deal with that.
Yeah, because that's these are all like little signs that this text is dealing with, you know, America. America here is ancient Egypt, but it's not going to come out straight out and say that.
Right.
Because if it did, guess what? The Bible wouldn't be around.
That's it.
You know, if everything was blatant, then these devils would have been got rid of the Bible. If it said Edomites are the so-called white people, they will be ruling from America. America's really going to have the New World Order.
It was that literal.
The micro C-hip is the MOTB, you know. So where would be the mystery?
Right. It wouldn't be a mystery.
You know, you brothers got it.
They named it Memphis after the ancient capital of Egypt on the Nile River because it sits on a bluff overlooking the Mississippi.
Yeah, because it's another name for Memphis is Bluff City.
Yeah.
Bluff City.
That's a mystery.
It says similar to how ancient Memphis was located on the Nile, the idea was given to the new city of a grand historic feeling, drawing a symbolic connection between the mighty Mississippi and the Nile.
Yeah. So it shows you that this is spiritual Egypt. So let's get that.
And they call it the American Nile.
Yeah. And then it's like how a percentage of like 70% of America sits on the west of the Nile.
That's it.
That's it. 30% sit on the other
That's
side.
it.
But that's how Nile split ancient Egypt.
Same way.
Yeah, like 30% of the land is on the west of the Nile.
70% on the west, 30% on the east.
Yeah, so that's how you know they mimic ancient Egypt. It was by design. It ain't just a coincidence.
Right. But with the Mississippi, it cuts straight through the center of the country.
That's it.
Like even with the highways, how they're set up, going into numerology, these devils have I-40, I-55.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
That's where we at in Memphis.
Uh-huh.
And these are two major trucking highways that cut all the way across the country.
That's it.
East to
Both
west.
ways,
40 take you from the Atlantic to the Pacific.
Wow.
And 55 will take you from to the Great
Well,
Lakes
north,
down to the
south,
to the
yeah.
north.
So they got east, west, and north and south covered.
And Memphis sits
Right in the middle.
Memphis sits right there, like the two bridges. One is 45,
One is 55. Yeah, that's it.
So to come into Memphis, you can only take one of those two bridges coming
To
and
lead
going
you
out.
either way it goes. You go north, east, west, south, through 55.
45 and 55. 40 and 55.
And they cross is the 90 degree, right?
So you see it all add up.
And when you look it up, it'll tell you that Memphis is America's distribution center.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, I'm sorry, bro.
Now I'm saying the main hub.
That's why I said that America pretty much was set up by the Masons.
Yep.
You know? So now you have what they call the speculative Mason, and you have the craft Mason. Craft Masons are the ones that actually knew how to do stuff. Speculative Masons, they didn't know shit about, they didn't know what a compass or a square was.
That's the average nigga that's got the bumper
That's
sticker
it,
on his
that's
car.
it. And that's how you know that they're not real Masons.
Yeah, they don't know what the fuck.
Because Masons, you know, they want to keep their shit secret.
Yep.
You know, they don't want to, you know, broadcast and everything.
Yep.
You know, and anyone that really mattered was most of the time, in most cases, was always in the background.
Yep.
You know, either they were hiding or they were hidden in plain sight.
Blind sight. Yep.
Got that revelation.
Revelation 11, verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Yeah, so it says spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So going back to linking that up with Deuteronomy 28 and 68, they said we would come to Egypt by ships. And then now this goes into the state we would be in when we would come over here in ships, which is spiritually dead. So it says spiritually Sodom and Egypt. So see the characteristic of Sodom through the culture, the alphabet. But then now, as brothers get into, see the culture also of Egypt that's alive in this society. You know? So this is nothing but prophecy speaking, okay? And linking us to being what? The Israelites. You know? But there was one people that's been spiritually dead in this country, and that's the tribe.
Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Yeah, so this wasn't the physical place where Yahweh Shah was crucified, but they crucified him, all right, they crossed him out in what? In lifestyle, man, in culture, you know, in doctrine, you know,
And worship. And that's why Elon Musk said that the AI is going to be our new God. See, we look to Yahweh Shah. Esau trying to say that in the AI, but we look toward the AI to be our power, our salvation. That's how, you know, when you say he asked out to Yahweh shot, exactly. You know, but
Well,
like
that's
you
why
said,
Elon Musk, but that's why Elon Musk said that out of Memphis, AI, the new God can come out of this.
That's why I knew God
so instead of calling upon Yahweh Shema shot by defense, AI is going to be
That's their savior.
savior, you know. He put in place.
That's direct blasphemy against the Most High. Because when we had the lesson we did before, when you really go into the word intelligence, my brother can get it, right? Go into the word intelligence in the etymology, it means the highest faculty of the mind. You really get it, Mama Bashar? So they want to give you artificial intelligence, which is complete opposite of the highest faculty of the mind. The highest faculty of the mind would be how about outside?
Because the intelligence is to tell intel. You know, to tell in. So the Lord giving us a direct inspiration, and they're trying to do it artificial. Because what is the main purpose and goal for people to get connected with the web outside of being connected to the system is to become so-called smarter, faster. There was I think it was either a movie or a series where it was these women and then their sisters, and they were track runners, and one of them had like a
prosthetic
prosthetic leg, and she was able to do a lot more. And then the other one finally got it or some shit like that. So I don't remember if that was a series or if it was a movie or something like that, you know?
Yeah. But that's the thing, the transhumanism, you know, merging men with machines.
There you go.
You know, that's the route Esau wants to take.
That's the first
society. It's basically remolding and remaking his image of humanity.
You know, ancient pharaohs, they would try to make themselves God. Like that's what Esau trying to manually make himself God. You know, through his technology. That's why those pharaohs they did a lot of those rituals. You can see that on Apocalypse, the X-Men Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse was trying to show them in the period, trying to do a ritual to make himself a God. He was trying to transfer his soul
into Professor X.
So that's what they were trying to do. They're trying to transfer people's souls to his machine. That's it. So he can be a God and then he can rule over people through his digital creation.
Yeah, that's why you have the scripture says it should be like lepers watching over the cities. And this is why you have all this, you know, like you see over there, they got cameras. Everywhere you go, they got cameras. The movie Enemy of the State. You know, they were following cameras from different locations, so from outside, from inside of people's businesses. You know, and that's what they want. They want a total surveillance state, surveillance world. They can see everything because they want to be like that.
It's called omniscient.
I forgot what I call it.
You can bring that revelation out again. I got a precept to link up with that.
I think that might be a word too, though. Omniscience.
Because omni is like
Omniscience is to the eye.
See, all seeing.
omniscient.
Omniscient means all present, all knowing.
Omnipotent or omnipresent.
Omnipresent.
Of everything.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
And that's what Esau trying to do. He's trying to be omni everything.
Omni everything. That's it.
And it shows you that they don't operate, they're not spiritual, they're carnal men, because they want to make this thing artificial. They don't have the ability to mimic, they know it's coming because they read it in the scriptures,
See it in the scriptures.
but they want to mimic that,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
That's why it says he opposes and exalted himself against all the
Yep. Because, which will be this definition, and then I'll make the point I was about to make. Got it?
Yeah, I got it, Carl.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this intelligence.
If it gets too intense,
About the sun. Oh yeah, I'm good right now.
Yeah, this intelligence in the etymology, late 14th century, the highest faculty of the mind, capacity for comprehending general truths.
And that's a blow to Esau, because he's not about the truth. He wants to take truth from you and give you artificial intelligence. Right? If you go to word artificial, it means not genuine. not natural. You know, that's why you got GMO. You know, that's why you got yeah, it's altered. You know, because now you can't see the Most High. Brother, get Psalms 96 and 13, because it's all about, you know, judgment with the Most High is all about truth. You say no lies of the truth. But Esau's power is to take everything that's true, everything that's authentic, everything that's authentic, and flip it upside down, but present it to you like, oh, this is the best thing that's ever been created. Even what God told you was right, it ain't better than this.
Just like the God.
Yep.
That's why they want to destroy the God.
That's why they want to destroy the God.
They want to destroy that connection between the Most High and us, so that they can take that onto themselves.
Psalm the 2nd chapter. That's what the device gonna do. He said, why do the heathen rage and magnify thing? Yeah, that's exactly what he's trying to do.
The Lord said he's gonna be sitting up in the heavens laughing at us. He
Yeah.
created your dumb ass. You know, it's like you know, like you watch your children, all right, and you know they're about to do some dumb shit, and you already know what they're about to do, and you see them, you see their mind going like they think they're doing something, and you just sitting there the whole time laughing.
Yeah. As you tell them, don't do that.
Right. Yep.
You said Psalm 96 and 13, right?
Yeah, you can start at 10.
Psalms 96 and 10. Say among the heathen that the Lord reigneth. The world also shall be established, that it shall not be moved. He shall judge the people righteously. Verse 11. Let the heavens rejoice and let the earth be glad. Let the sea roar and the fullness thereof. Let the field be joyful and all that is therein. Then shall all the trees of the wood rejoice. Verse 13. Before
the whole world is connected to truth. You know, the earth is mourning because the way that it's being governed is not according to the true judgment of Yahweh Shai. So when Yahweh Shai comes back to the earth, the trees are going to rejoice. The animals are going to rejoice. Everything on the earth is connected to the judgment of truth. So this is like a heralding of Yahweh Shai to come back and judge the earth. It's going to tell you how he's going to judge it.
And that's how equity is going to come back to the planet.
That's it.
Because under the rule of this devil, you're not going to be the fish.
No.
Nobody is except for them.
Yeah, they the only one.
Everything's going to be off down.
That's why I say there's nothing more wicked than a covetous man. Because he takes from himself.
Yeah.
Like, we are people that are for building our people.
Yeah.
You know, one shall become 1,000. Giving. Yeah. Love thy neighbor. Charity. Cover the multitude of sins. And he's just the opposite. Yeah, he's just a reaper.
Hey, his soul that is lifted up in him is not upright.
Not upright in
Yep.
You know? The whole can't do right.
Yeah. The whole thing do right.
And then it's in Jake's spirit.
Yeah, but the Lord program, he saw that way.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he can't go after the environment, the Lord program. Go back, you done on that?
It's all more.
Psalms 96 and 13. Before the Lord, for he cometh to judge the earth. He shall judge the world with righteousness and the people with his truth.
That's it. So before the Lord comes, we have to bear witness to the truth.
33.
We out here as a testimony to Yahweh Shai, telling you what the truth is, telling you that these are no gods. These are
that's the Exodus.
These are artificial simulations of power. These are not, because God means power.
Yeah.
This is artificial power. We're trying to tell you what true
power. There you go.
Power.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Somebody get Micah 2 and 1.
Go ahead. That's it, bro.
Can you read that yet?
All right, this is Psalms 33 and 11. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations.
So it's the counsel of the Lord that's going to stand.
That's it.
That's why somebody get Micah 2 and 1. There's a point in there that a lot of people miss. Go ahead, read it, whoever got it, and somebody can look up the word God in the blue letter. Yeah, you got it.
Micah 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Why? Because the Most High gave the earth into the hand of the wicked. So it's in the power of their hands. So that means what? That means they have the God-like power to make decisions for the entire world. See? So read that. Word God, the blue letter.
This is Strong's H430, Alahaya. It says plural, rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods,
So they have that God-like power. You got something?
Yeah.
And somebody get Ephesians 6.
That's what I was just thinking about.
Somebody get
I was just thinking about
and then you got to look up that word, rulers of darkness. You got it.
This is the word power in that Micah 2:1.
Okay.
H410 Allah.
Yep.
It says God like one.
Yeah.
It also says false God.
Yeah. And that's Esau. Esau is a false God, but he's painted to the world like he's a righteous God. Because remember, the beast deceived the whole world, and there's still people that's under that deception. All these hundreds of years later, how many? About 700. They're still under that umbrella or under that veil of confusion. You know? Is there more?
It just also said idol.
Okay, so that's pretty, because that's what they want to bring. See, they want to, their idol would be the New World Order, the Michael Sheehan. You know, because what did Jake do? Jake put away all of their religious practices with the Most High to go to the other nations and worship their gods for what? For the benefits of those gods. And that's what Esau is establishing. He's establishing a system to where everyone got to come to him. You know, he's the big cheese, so to speak. He's he's trying to take over the spot of the Most High.
Right.
You know, he wants to push the Lord out
Be the head hunter.
because he knows that he is not a part of the Most High's plans as far as receiving any good.
Yep. Yes.
In the movie Fight Club, there was a scene where Brad Pitt said, "Look, we have to come to the conclusion or to the realization that the Most High doesn't love us."
Is that the end scene?
Well, it's like in the middle. You remember when they were in that house?
Yeah.
You know, it was a broken down house.
Okay,
They were in
okay,
there.
okay.
Him and the dude. You know, he was having a conversation with alter ego.
Oh, yeah.
He said, you got to come to the conclusion that the Most High doesn't love us. And that's pretty much what Esau knows that.
Yeah.
That's why they have to create an artificial world.
And that's why I say what it's in the Zondervan Compact Bible
the
Dictionary
Yep.
concerning Edom.
Yeah.
It's the
Well,
only,
preacher judgment.
no mercy.
Mercy? Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not promised any mercy.
Right.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, Esau is the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, and they are the people of the Most High's curse.
That's it.
When you go back to that word curse, it's something that's put aside as a sacrifice.
Yep.
So something that's put aside as a sacrifice can't be redeemed.
It's Isaiah 34.
Yeah,
Isaiah
that's
34.
it. You know, and that's why the scriptures say that this is going to be a great altar here, like Elder Pastor speaks about, and the people are going to be the sacrifice.
The fuel for the
Right.
fire.
And it proves that Esau will be here
Yeah.
in the last days, you know, to suffer that punishment. You know, because I even cornered the chat GPT with that. You know, they were trying to know the Edomites had done away with, so I was hitting them with different scriptures.
Yeah.
And then I hit them with Malachi 1 and 4. And they said, yeah, they identified as the wicked, although other, you know. I said, yeah. And then eventually I got to the point where in Isaiah 34, because they said that Esau had done away. So Isaiah 34 says the people of my curse to judge you.
Yeah.
I said, yes, you're correct, you know, and your observation, very clever, and blah, blah, blah.
Because it's about imputing.
Right.
A computer can only give you what you impute.
That's it. Intelligence.
It's intelligence.
Yeah.
So you have to put the information in there for it to give you the
feed.
truth.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it's a conglomerate of information that's been inputted. And
Yeah.
so it takes, you know.
Right, it takes little from here, little from there, and pretty much. But what it's giving you is giving you varied opinions of everyone in the world.
That's it. That's
you know,
it.
but you know, you have one truth,
You only got one
doctrine,
truth.
you know, one faith. So out of all of that, the Lord's he's breaking through all. That's why he says he's breaking through all those strongholds.
Yep.
Because all those strongholds have been taught for years.
Yep.
You know, you got to remember all of these. You know, Roman Catholicism, Christianity, Islam. You know, all of those different religions have been around for centuries. You know, so being around for centuries, you have people that hold and are drawn to those different, you know, religions depending on their faith and depending on how they were brought up. So we're through the Spirit bringing out something that goes against all of the principles that Esau established in this world as gatekeepers. So everything is being cut down, and that's why we got to read that Ephesians 6. You know, and that's why, you know, he's coming at it in that fashion. And that's why when they put it to Chat GPT, which, you know, I was watching, you know, on the way here, somebody sent me a video where you had a battle. Jake was battling, he was off the top of the dome, battling the AI. And they was going back and forth. They was, you know, getting down. And at the end, something that the AI said about evolution and that mankind, humankind is not really kind and blah 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 blah. And it's saying that's why something in the evolution, and it's like that's where it ended. You know, so this is what Esau has to do. You know, he has to make an artificial world because he knows that in the future world of the Most High, he's not going to exist. So he's trying to get out. That's why he's searching the heavens, he's searching the earth, so that the Lord can do away with Israel and accept them again. Because they know they don't fit in the next world except for as slaves and future judgment. The people of the Most High's curse. So the Hebrew word for Ram. No, they're the curse. They're set aside for this great sacrifice of the Most High. First, it's going to be America, Babylon the Great. Then, after they serve their captivity, the Lord's going to gather every single last one of them up. Boom, burn them up. You know, and that's it. That's the end of Edomites. Never again will there ever be a nation on the planet known as Esau. The only time you're going to read about Esau, the Edomites, is when you go to the scriptures. They're not going to exist. You know?
Ephesians 6. Is that next? Or we
Yeah,
have something?
Ephesians 6 and 12.
Yeah, I had wanted to jump back to that Revelation 11:8.
Let me read this real quick and then we'll go back to Revelation 11.
Ephesians 6 and 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Now look up that word, rulers of the darkness.
Rulers. And then it's broken up.
Yeah, it's broken up. This is Strong's G 2888.
The one that says rulers, something like that. The rulers.
The rulers of this world.
Yeah, it's just for rulers.
Yeah, that go to that one.
Yep, it says Lord of the world, Prince of this age.
Does it say? Let me see the Greek word.
The devil and his demons.
Cosmocultor. The word cosmo is an organization. You know, and culture is to do or to rule. So the rulers of this world, which is what? The so-called Illuminati, Lucifer, scriptures call it. You know, so they're the rulers of this world. And they're the ones that's, you know, that got everything set up in a curriculum. That's why you got these schools. The curriculum is pretty much, you know, programming the people how they want them to think for the future world. That's why, where do they go to get future rulers, leaders from? Colleges. Why? Because the college is an indoctrination field for the new future rulers. And then if they get to a certain point, then they start bringing them out to Bohemian Grove. They start testing them out, seeing what will they do, how far will they go, so that they can know, okay, this guy, he gonna go far in our world. Because they don't want no one that's a goody two-shoe. You know, that's why the ones that are like that, they usually get rid of them. You know?
That makes sense because you go to these colleges and that's where you have these fraternities. Even with Jacob, these boule members are all fraternities. You know, the gatekeepers for Jacob, the black boule, all of them go through these different colleges. You know, T.D. Jakes, all these people go through these different colleges. LeBron. Which, you know, he's in the professional world to where they make him a gatekeeper. Even with Esau, you got the skull and bones. You know, the different fraternities and different secret societies in these different, Yale and Harvard. All that is just the way that the elite filter out society, the new rulers that's going to carry on this.
Because the vibration.
That's carry this shit on. So, you know?
So we go back to Revelation 11:8.
I got a word for you too, bro.
Okay.
He still got to give darkness.
Yeah, darkness. Did you want darkness too?
You could bring that up, but the main point was the cosmoculture, the rulers. Which shows you that it's people behind the scenes. You know, it's not just talking about, you know, the demons. The demons is who works with them to help them officiate the business. Like the council the Most High has in heaven with the righteous angels and the wicked angels. And the Lord ain't against it. You know, because if he was against it, the spirit came up and said, I'll be a lion spirit in his mouth, the Lord will rebuke him. But now the Lord went and said, you're going to do it and you're going to prevail. That's it. You know?
Hey, this is a picture real quick. The brother was talking about how they in those fraternities, right?
Let's slide.
You look at LeBron, you slide over. He got the tattoo on his chest of what you call it, bro? Like a sphinx. Yep.
Well, that's is that the one with the? Because I know you had a tattoo of the boule.
Boule, that's what it is, a boule.
Is that yeah? That's that's a boule tattoo.
Yep.
Right?
You see it on there?
Look closer.
And that's what you have what's called gatekeepers.
Yep.
So when you go to play basketball, professional, or you go to play soccer or whatever, some professional, you always got somebody that you know is in charge of who they can allow and who they keep out.
Yep.
That's what the gatekeepers is all about.
Yep. Because I know you remember, Pops, you remember that election when they had George Bush going against John Kerry, and they both members of the Skull and Bones.
Yep.
But that shows you that they breed their next leaders in these colleges.
That's it.
You know?
Boy, the bishop,
Yep.
you know, he was in college, and he was recruited for the Skull and Bones. Is that Matt Davis Carey? Yeah.
If you saw what they had to go through, the humiliation they had to go through.
And the casket pistol.
Yep. Wrestling in mud. What the fuck gonna do some stupid? That's the shit that women do.
Yep.
Mud wrestling.
And they do that shit to have leverage over them so they don't get out of pocket.
That's it.
You know, that's why they show you like they do this shit like with Diddy just to show them, look, we will expose you if you get left. If you step out of these perimeters,
Yeah.
you know. But so they do the humiliation so they keep them in line. And it's all about upholding this current New World Order doctrine. Because going back to the Illuminati, going back to 1776, this devil Adam Weisenhower, who was funded by the Rothschilds.
That's a good one, brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I ain't heard about him.
Yeah, Adam Weisenhower.
Weisenhower.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I know it.
From, bro.
Yeah, you know, different pronunciation.
No, I'm
No. But it just shows you that this devil was just tasked by the bankers to go and infiltrate all these different governments, these schools, these curriculums, these different industries. And it was to what? Plant that seed of this New World Order doctrine of man surpassing God.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what it's all rooted in.
Because he, like say, Satan know the scriptures. You know, they say train up a child the way it should go. That's why he indoctrinated in the early age. He got what? Daycare, pre-K, kindergarten, elementary, high school. We got middle school, high school, then you got college.
And that's the reason why they took the woman out of the household to be able to indoctrinate the children and also to have two incomes paying the taxes.
Hey, Bob, you shall get that darkness?
Yep. Get it.
The word for darkness, Strong's G 4655, says skatos. It says darkness of night, darkness of darkened eyesight or blindness.
Darkened eyesight, blindness.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Metaphorically of ignorance, respecting divine things and human duties.
Ignorance in respecting divine things.
So now, what is what is the go between, I guess, for lack of better words, that's keeping people from seeing these things? The God of this world.
2 Corinthians 4:3.
Right. The God of this world has blinded the mind of them which believe not. Why? Because they have the power to deceive.
Prince
And
of
that's
this
exactly
age.
what they did. I'm sorry, Dad.
Like it said in Rulers, the prince of this age.
Right. Yep. The prince of this world coming to have nothing to me.
Now just thinking that,
You see, but you know, this was what they were set up to do. You know, the scriptures say that the whole world wandered after the beast. So they will be following after America, you know, and the EU and all that in a blind fashion, like a zombie.
Yep.
And then there's some of those zombies, you know, that the Lord tapped, okay, get out that line, you're
Yep.
going the wrong way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shook it out. Shook the dust off.
That's why it refer back to like a dead state of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They walking zombie because they not physically dead, but
Yeah.
they mentally dead.
The dry bone.
Yeah. Beautiful.
He got a quick precept.
Bring it out, bring it out.
Yep, let's go into what the apostle said. Go ahead.
Colossians 1 and 12, is it giving thanks unto the Father, which have made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light.
Beautiful.
13, yep.
Is that Ephesians?
That's,
Colossians?
Colossians, yep.
Okay, after you finish that, can you go to Ephesians 1:18?
Okay.
Finish that up.
Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son.
Yeah, so let's go into what the apostle said. The Lord, because we was all in zombie mode, marching to the tune of the Illuminati and, you know, this anti-Messiah doctrine. But the Lord began to pull the elect from the power of that darkness.
Because he was out of darkness to his marvelous light.
So now we see everything for what it is, man. You know, eyes wide open.
And it is a marvel, right? Because they like, where did they get this knowledge? Like we standing here on a campus that they built to teach our people to be destroyed and deceived and exposing them. You know? So like how do they know about how we govern our system? How do they know how we control the people?
Right.
Through divine
Intervention.
Yep. Tapping us on the shoulder now. Go this way.
Right.
Fuck that college shit. You know?
Come on,
Fuck the
man.
army, fuck all of that.
And you know, also the Lord calls individuals that were part of it at once to turn and speak against it.
Yeah.
Because their mouth to fall
They got
against.
whistleblowers.
Yeah, you know, and that's another way that the Lord, you know, allowed us to see these things.
Yep.
Because the Illuminati for a long time they were secret.
Yep.
Even going back to the 90s. I remember this one Jake, you know, he knocked on the door and he was, you know, pretty much asking for, you know, for donations to go to college. And I told him, they were probably, you know, going to college. I said the Illuminati. He said, Illuminati. I've been trying to find out what that is. Nobody want to tell me about it. I kind of, you know, briefly told him, you know, something. I don't remember exactly what I said. You know, but they're the ones controlling it. You know, this is a breeding ground for future leaders, and the only ones that get invited to the next phase are the ones that play ball.
That's it.
And they know, they already know off the top, okay, now this guy gonna be a problem. These guys right here, we got it.
That's it.
You know, and that's what they'll have. Like no matter what you want to do, you want to be a rapper, you want to be an entertainer, an athlete, you want to be a content creator, you know, podcaster. They have fields and gatekeepers for all of that shit. You'll be invited to this place, you know, and they'll see how far you're willing to go. You know, because they're testing your spirit, you know, to see if you will go all the way.
Like Satan tried to tempt Yahweh shot.
There you go.
Yep.
Same way. You know, but in that case, it was blatant.
Yeah.
These devils are coming at it like, well, you know, if you just do this little thing, you know, and just to see how far you can go. Renounce your religion, renounce the Bible and things of that nature. Then you can go into that.
Go to the
that
next
door
level.
right here.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get in that door unless you know you do this.
Yep.
And then you know it depends on the individual, and they go through that door. It's number three gets them going.
Yep.
They're getting paid.
Dirty Diddy.
It was a guy, real briefly. It was a guy who was a content creator. He said he was invited to one of them parties.
Dude.
Yep. And he said every room he went to was like a different color, a different theme, and they had different things they was doing. But then when they got to that last door, everybody was lined up, and they all had masks on. And they got to, and they all like, if you Quran, if you was in the Bible, you had to put your hand on it and denounce it if you wanted to go to that last door.
It reminds me of Eyes Wide Shut with the cover.
That's how it was. When he was describing that party.
I go to
Ephesians.
Ephesians 1:18.
And I got one too.
Ephesians 1:18, it says, the eyes of your understanding being enlightened, that ye may know what is the hope of his calling, and what the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints, and what is the exceeding greatness of his power to usward who believe.
Right, because it said be illuminated. Because the rest of the world is not illuminated. They don't see the benefit of serving the Lord. They only see the benefit of serving this place. What did Jacob want to do? We want to go back to Egypt, man. We was in Egypt, we was eating the garlic, you know, and the melons and the leeks. You know, what benefit is in serving the Lord, man? We out here catching hell, out here these goddamn beasts, out here and shit. We don't know, you know, motherfuckers gonna attack us in the middle of the night.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. We're hungry. You know, I had nothing to eat in 3 days. You bring us out here for to kill us?
No Jake complained.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
And that's why Jake would always go back to the gods of the nations, because the gods of the nations to Jake was like a drive-through window. Instant, everything instant. You know, but don't understand that, that's giving you the instant because they're pulling you away from your true power. The true one that's giving you that substance. And that's what Esau is doing right now in modern day Egypt.
According to the working of his mighty power.
Beautiful. So I got one more. This is Baruch 4:2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. And illuminated, Illuminati, Lucifer. Yahushua is also Lucifer. Oh, he said the Lord is, you don't understand what the word means. We're Lucifer. Light bearer. That's all the word means. It's not a bad word. And it's never it's never addressed to the spiritual demon Satan. And when you look at the word Lucifer, it's not supposed to be a personal name. Like when you look in the English, it has capital L. That's in a small case. That's a personal name. It's not supposed to be personalized because it's not a name.
Yeah.
It's just an attribute.
That's it.
You know, when you go to the Latin, when you go to the other translations, the word there is a small case. You know, the letter, the first letter is a small case.
It's not
because
capitalized.
right, because it's not a
It's not a proper name.
Right, it's not a proper name.
That's why you always say it's a play on words.
There you go. Yeah. And you ain't gonna go to, even though in Revelation 20, another place where it says the devil and Satan and the serpent, that's all dealing with Esau. So you could throw Lucifer
You
in
could
there,
throw Lucifer in there, yeah.
but it's not even in there.
Yeah. Like you said, it means enlighten. Illuminated goes into enlighten. And just like Esau, he wants to give you artificial light
There you go.
to keep you from the divine light. So you
Right.
got the Illuminati comes with two sides. You got the right side of enlightenment. And you got the left side of enlightenment. That's why scriptures say.
I
Go ahead.
get
You
it.
got it. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Ephesians 5:14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh Shai should give thee light.
That's it. That's it. So that's Lucifer.
That's why I said, at least the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shai. Salak, you got it.
No, you got it, Apostle.
Can I get this word light?
Go ahead.
This the word light in the Greek epiphasgo. It said to shine upon. Yahweh Shai will pour upon you the divine truth. It's the sun gives light to man aroused from sleep.
As the sun gives light to man, you know, and it made me think about the scripture say that he shall pour out his spirit upon all flesh. Even going to these people that are whistleblowers, the Lord, he calls people who was once a part of those societies to expose their society. Because that's his spirit being poured out. The spirit is truth.
That's Psalm 60, what is Psalm 64?
Yep.
Make their tongues fall upon themselves. But yeah, that's beautiful how it's still lining up with Revelation 11 to 8.
Yeah, we could go back to that.
Still lining up with it.
Because that goes with Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones.
Yep.
But you could go back to that. I mean, unless somebody has something else.
I got a word going with that.
Okay, good. Okay, no, do your thing.
This is Revelation 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Which is America.
That's it.
You know, it's not literally Sodom and Egypt.
Spiritually.
It's spiritually Egypt. You know?
So you gotta be.
What the hell is this doing?
This is exactly.
This is not an American pyramid. I mean, this is not an American statue.
And they couldn't get, there's another quick note. They couldn't even build this without permission from Egypt to build this. They had to get permission from the whoever was in authority in Egypt at that time. They had to get permission to build this.
And this is made out of styrofoam.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And what happened to the nose?
What happened to the nose?
So you gotta be spiritual to understand it.
That's it. What happened to the nose? Why is the nose gone, but the lips are still there? The ears are still intact. The eyelids.
Yeah, I look good.
Got this word.
Bring it out.
This is I looked up Egyptomania in America. It says Egyptomania, the fascination with ancient Egyptian culture and aesthetics was a significant phenomenon in 19th and 20th century America. This fascination
It was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then too, because I looked
it's
this
a
up.
spirit that just
It attached them because it's Egyptomania. I looked up mania. It says mental derangement characterized by excitement and delusion, insanity, madness, mad passion, fury.
Because it said that they wandered after the beast.
Yeah.
The beast used that deception and got them all fucked up.
They lose them.
Damn.
You
I
know?
was in a strong delusion.
Yeah, they believe a lie.
And who's mainly into that shit? Jake.
Yeah.
You know, like the black conscious community.
Light and all
Yeah, all
no light.
All in the clown.
What the nigga? No light. Pan African, that nigga.
Yeah, he's through.
What the nigga?
Who's on?
Pan African.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Dr. Umar Johnson.
yeah, Dr.
You know, Esau used to eat the zombies, like not the zombies. He used to eat the Egyptian pharaohs, the mummies. But it's a science behind it. It's a word behind it. You can look it up. That I think the 1800s, you had archaeologists going to Egypt, but they believe that if you eat them, then they'll possess that power. So there was a real movement. And then there's a book called the Delectable Negro. Yep. Yeah, and they brought that culture here. They used to eat Jake. Straight up.
Like cannibalism?
Cannibalism. They used to eat Jake like straight up. That's why you had a chair made out of Jake's skin. A leather jacket made out of Jake's skin.
Shoes,
belt. Yeah, pillows made out of Jake hair. But Esau, that's another trait that he pushes back.
Damn.
He doesn't promote that characteristic that he has about himself.
It's just like Get Out when they was trying to get they certain body parts and shit to get those attributes. You know, from
Blacks in fashion.
Yeah. That's what the dude said.
Now they do it in a more technological fashion, like BBLs and injections and melatonin, you know.
This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there shall come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And part of that man of sin being revealed, which we know he's the Edomites according to the Bible, but also his characteristics. This is why, this man, Job said, "What? I wouldn't have this man by my dog." You know, he was pushing, but now we see, because he's the one that's gonna get caught having sex with the animals.
Yeah.
He's in full-blown relationships with animals.
Yeah.
But he
can
also
marry animals.
He'll marry animals. He's the one that's putting corpse inside of food, like McDonald's and all that. Baby fetus. All right, but he has a nature, all right, that's opposed to Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob like cooked food. Esau like that raw food.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a word that you quote. No, it's called mumia. Yeah, mumia. It's also spelled mumia. Refers to a powder made from ground up Egyptian mummies that was used in Europe from the Middle Ages through the 17th century. People believe consuming the substance had medicinal and mystical powers.
Consuming the substance had medicinal and mystical powers. Because like Egyptomania, they was tapped in with Egypt, man. When Esau came into power, he had his archaeologists, and they started studying the tombs. And like, what's the Raiders of the Lost Ark? Yeah. Like all the studies was revolved around Egypt. Yeah. You know? But hey, this man is beyond sick. But he gaslights our nation. Yeah. He puts us up as the criminal, as the sick people, as the degenerates.
Yeah.
No, that's you by nature.
You're eating people.
You're eating people.
Yeah.
Man.
Sick. Anybody got something?
So, and we get our last three.
Yeah. This my last one right here. This on Ezekiel 28:1. The word of the Lord Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not.
The seas of the people, right?
Yep.
Yet thou art a man, and what?
Yeah, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God. Though thou sit thy heart is the heart of the Most High.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Now the Lord gave them this technology, and through that technology, this governor lost his mind.
Oh,
you know, he said that's why Yuval Harari said we could piss the Most High off.
Yep.
We can create water, we can create rain and all that stuff. So like,
I'm gonna say Obadiah. That fire had to see.
Because why? Because of the power that they got through the technology. You know, so you were given access, you were given control of the planet, and it made you go crazy.
It's like the pre-flood era. People got their idols and thought they didn't need the Most High anymore. You know, and now the idol was technology. Like, we have technology. We don't need the Creator.
Oh, that's why the Lord said that the judges he said, go crown to them gods. Go crown to them gods that you have chosen. He said, well, I will deliver you no more. So time is coming that's who they're going to have to rely on.
And that's what the scripture said, that the elect are not going to stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord in truth.
That's right.
See, so it's the truth Yahushua said, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free, and set you free. See, so that's what's going to be the determining factor in these times. Wisdom and knowledge of his ability that time is strength of salvation.
Right. Yeah. I had one more. You kind of want to bag you over to Revelation 11:8?
Yeah, we're just gonna end it in Hebrews.
Okay. Yeah, so going back to the dead bodies, this is Proverbs 21:16. It said, that man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
So showing that the wisdom woke us up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Out of the enchantments, of Babylon, Egypt, Rome. Because America is, all these different anti-Messiah kingdoms rolled in one. Because Babylon was known for being anti-Messiah. When you go into Nimrod, when you go to the study of his kingdom, okay, Rome was anti-Messiah. They literally crucified him.
Right.
And then Egypt was anti-Messiah because they thought those pharaohs thought they was
They was the
God.
guy, that's it.
So Esau, he's the conglomerate of all these anti-Messiah kingdoms rolled in one, man.
He got that God complex bad.
Yeah, man. You got something? Go ahead.
I had this go with Revelations 11:8, just to substantiate that this is modern day Egypt spiritually.
Yeah, speak up a little bit, brother.
Yeah, speak up.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 10 to 11, it says, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Yep. So this is during the time of Esdras and Egypt. Okay, we wasn't in Egypt at this time. Okay, actual Egypt. So he's speaking of a future time.
Yeah. So what are you talking about?
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
That mighty hand and stretched out arm is Yahushua. That will be the one that redeem us. Go ahead.
And will destroy all the land thereof.
Destroy all the land. So this is America being physically destroyed, the land mass, which is the lake of fire.
Yeah, because when was the land of Egypt destroyed?
Exactly.
They're still thriving. They're still a major hub in the world.
They pumping billions of dollars into Egypt infrastructure. The Saudis and the elites.
That's it, Tori.
Hey, remember one of the plagues was the hell mingled with fire? Yeah. So that's symbolic of the missiles in this time.
This time, that's it.
The warheads.
And every plague,
to find the plague.
And every plague was a mockery of those guys that Egypt used to worship.
Yeah,
You had the plague of the frogs. They had the
uh-huh.
guy with the frog head. The insects. They had the guy with the insect head.
The plague of darkness.
The livestock. They had the guy with the cow head. The plague of darkness, which is
The sun.
Amun Ra.
Yeah.
The sun god. So everything that the Lord did was a mockery to the guys of Egypt.
So what's up? Some guy took a break for 3 days?
Yeah.
He was on vacation. He was on a long journey, couldn't make it. Motorcycle broke down.
Oh shit! I forgot to ride.
Man, sorry, man.
Call me like.
Hey, that's this what's that? Where's Solomon? He did send a judgment to mark them.
You got that because now that we know all these things, we look beyond Egypt. Go ahead, like Moses did. Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 11:24. By faith, Moses, when he was come up to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Hey, the pleasure of sin for a season. So the mindset that Moses had, that's the mindset we've taken on that we've been born in Egypt. But wasn't Moses born in Egypt? But like you look at it, like Abraham was born in Babylon, Moses was born in Egypt, and Yahushua was born in Rome. But they all overcame. They all found faithful to Yahweh Bashim al-Shah, even though they was born into these anti-Messiah kingdoms. Go ahead.
Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt.
And this is something he hadn't even seen. It was just something that the Most High showed him. He ain't even. The Yahushua wasn't even thought of like in these, thousands of years in the future. And he already gave up all of that for the Lord.
For he had respect unto the recompense
Yep.
of the reward.
Yep. So he had respect to the reward of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai than what was right in front of him in Egypt, because Egypt was a superpower, man. And Moses was on the level like the elites, like these niggas that sold out. They're just do boys.
Yeah.
Like Moses was actually
was
with
done.
the elites.
Yeah,
he was a chef caller.
Yeah.
He said next to Pharaoh's son.
Yeah. He was really that
Mistaken
guy.
as one of the
You know?
He
pharaohs.
was tapped in.
Yeah, he's on another level. But he looked beyond that, you know, because he had respect to the reward of the promises of our forefathers, man. You know,
Yep. It says, by faith, he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what the scriptures speak about, Jake going to Egypt for help. You're gonna be confounded. Here it is, you trusting in this broken reed. It's like you like all fucked up, you can't get up, and you got the staff, but the staff is cut and they got like a spike on the top, and you're trying to get on top of that, and you need that to push yourself up, and then that's what Jake is still trying to get on that.
I got a quick one. Hey, it's Exodus. Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Yeah, because although the Egyptians are dark skinned, as we can see here, they broke his nose off. You can see now you had during the 300 BC to the AD era, they were so-called white pharaohs, white pharaohs that took over. But prior to that, they were all dark-skinned people.
Yep.
But the Lord still made it different, because even though all the people in the beginning were dark-skinned, brown-skinned, the Lord only chose one people out of that, all those brown-skinned people.
And our custom separate us too.
Yeah.
When he breathed in the nostril the breath of life, that separated us.
It carved us out from him.
That's it. And there was an ongoing rivalry, because you go to the Philistines, which one of the main rivals that read
Israel.
about. But Philistine, that's the son of Mizraim, which is Egypt.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
These flies.
Saints said flies out here, man. Flies got demons on.
But the Zondervan, for him, the progenitor of the dark race is not the Negroes.
Not the throw out, brother. The Libyans, I think.
Canaanites.
Yep.
It's a separation.
Yep.
Well, you take us out of pause.
All right, so with that, we pray that you brothers and sisters have been edified. We'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash.
Pray that you were edified. Till the next time we say Shalom.
Shalom. Man, them flies got demons on.